This is the Pulsar PGD95BISCO super quiet dual fuel 9500W portable inverter generator. Let me start by saying this thing is a powerhouse, and if you're unfamiliar with portable generators or maybe you're shopping for one, I think this video might help you decide if this is the right fit for you. I'm going to share my personal experience using it and go over some of its features, pros, and even a couple of minor trade-offs you might want to think about before getting it yourself. Looking at the Pulsar PG95BISCO right in front of me, I can tell you this is no small generator. It's substantial, coming in at a hefty 281 pounds. Right away, that might sound intimidating, especially if you think portability means you can just toss it around easily. But it's built with smooth rolling wheels and fold-down handles that genuinely make moving it manageable, even for someone like me who's not exactly a bodybuilder. The design feels sturdy, the frame is robust, and it gives off this durable, heavy-duty vibe that makes it seem like it's ready for just about any situation you might throw at it. Now, why did I decide to get this generator? I've been looking for something reliable for both home backup use and the occasional RV camping trip. I live in an area with fairly frequent power outages, and having a dependable energy source has become super important to me. This generator stood out because of its dual fuel capability. If you're unfamiliar with the term, dual fuel simply means it runs on both gasoline and propane, giving you flexibility depending on what you have available. Personally, I've already found this feature to be a lifesaver. There have been times when my stored gas supply was running low, and I could seamlessly switch to propane. It's just more convenient than I initially thought. Another thing worth noting is how quiet this generator is. It's rated at 62 dBA, which compared to others in the same category, makes it one of the quieter options out there. I actually tested it during a camping trip, plugged it in, powered up our RV, and while it was running full load, I stepped back about 20 feet, and I swear, I could still enjoy a normal conversation without having to shout over the noise. It has this low idle mode, or econ mode, as Pulsar calls it, that adjusts depending on your power demands. From my experience, this feature really cuts down the noise and saves on fuel when you're just powering smaller appliances or devices. For instance, when I was just using it to run a fan and charge my phone, it barely made more noise than a light hum. Honestly, that quiet operation makes a big difference, especially if you're in a campground or using it in a residential neighborhood. The control panel is well thought out, and for someone like me who isn't super tech savvy, it's straightforward and easy to navigate. You've got your digital display showing hours, voltage, and load, which I find pretty handy to keep me in tune with how it's performing. There are multiple outlet options too, 120 volts and 240 volts plugs, RV compatibility, standard household outlets, and even USB ports. It's great knowing everything from your coffee maker to your larger devices can run easily off this one unit. Oh, and it also has a 50 amp plug, which I didn't think I'd use at first, but it ended up being really useful when connecting to my RV's more demanding electrical system. Let's take a second to talk about safety features. This generator comes with a co-sensor built in. If it detects unsafe levels of carbon monoxide, it will automatically shut off. It's reassuring to me, because I've heard my fair share of generator-related safety mishaps. It even gives you a warning with a yellow light when co-levels start to rise before taking action. Beyond that, it has a low oil shutoff and overload protection, so it's designed to look out for itself when you're not. Things like this really give me peace of mind when using the unit, because, let's be real, not everyone is out here trying to constantly monitor a generator. Starting the Pulsar PGD95BISCO is super simple. It has an electric start mode, which I'll be honest, I was a little skeptical about at first, but it proved me wrong. No more tugging on a pull cord endlessly until I'm out of breath. It's as effortless as pressing a button or using the remote start feature, which works from up to 80 feet away. Imagine this. It's cold outside, the power's gone out, and I can stay inside my warm house while starting the generator from the remote. It's that easy. Now, nothing's perfect, right? If I had to point out an area where this generator could be better, it would have to be the weight. While the wheels and handle design help a lot, it's still not something you'd want to be lifting up and down by yourself. If you're planning to take this on regular trips and constantly move it around, you might find the weight a bit of a challenge, just something to be aware of. Another thing I noticed is the runtime. It's rated for about 9 hours at half load on gasoline, which is decent, but maybe not as competitive compared to some other models in the market. So if you're looking for something to run for significantly longer stretches without refueling, you'll want to factor this in. From my experience, I think this generator really suits two major scenarios perfectly: home backup use and convenience for RV owners or campers. It's powerful enough to run your essentials like refrigerators, air conditioners, and even heavy-duty tools if you need it for work purposes. At the same time, the quiet design and versatile outlets make it an excellent choice for outdoor activities where noise sensitivity and multiple charging options come into play. In conclusion, the Pulsar PGD95BISCO hasn't disappointed me. Between the dual fuel capability, quiet operation, intuitive controls, and safety features, it hits a lot of the right marks for what I was looking for in a generator. Sure, the weight and runtime might present some limitations, but they weren't deal breakers for me because the pros far outweigh them. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants a flexible, dependable, and relatively easy-to-use generator for both home and outdoor use. If you've been thinking about making an upgrade or are just tired of dealing with unreliable power, this might be a solid option to consider. What do you all think? Let me know your experience if you've used this or a similar generator. I genuinely love to hear about your setups or tips for using it. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel for more reviews like this one. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.